guys, we are back at it. I am super excited that you guys are joining us with Manifest 31, especially this month of January. I just want to thank all those that came before. Gilbert, Fox, thank you so much for being on the show. But today, you guys, I have someone that I think is so special. I had to give her her flowers before we even got on because I think she's just amazing, and she's an amazing woman, and she's not only my sorority sister, she is someone that I get the opportunity to actually watch. And even though I get to watch from afar, I have seen her take on so much, not only as a sister, not only as a daughter, but as a woman that is just inspiring. And she's not only in law school or aspiring to be a law school student, she is a health coach. She is a dance instructor. She is a big sister. She just takes on so many roles in life, and she does it with a smile on her face and positivity in her heart, and she shares it with so many people just unselfishly. So I am excited, super excited to introduce my sister. I get to call her my sister, y'all. My sister, my soror, Miss Allyssa. I know I'm gonna say it so wrong, but I'm gonna need your help because I want you to pronounce it and they get it. I'm gonna say it, but if I get it wrong, let them know. Palazzolo.
Palazzolo.
Allyssa, I was close. I was close. She's still my sis, Josh. She's still my sis. She's still my sis. All right, all right. Well, welcome.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Yes, yes. Thank you for being here. So I ask this question a lot because I think it's very significant. But I want to know, Manifest 31 really is on the basis of being able to manifest and heal at the same time. So I want to know, like, what does manifestation mean to you?
Manifestation to me means creating the life that you want for yourself and for those around you. Um, but mainly for yourself, because really manifesting, I think, has a lot to do with your own energy and the way that you choose to utilize and allocate what goes through you into what it is that you want to see come to fruition in your life.
She kept it real short and simple for us, but it like got straight to the point, y'all. It got straight to the point. I'm gonna pull it back though. I'm pulling it back because I like to jump in and I like to rule it back. I like to rule it back. So I want to pull from it because you said something that was very significant, which was you were able to manifest for yourself and others. So, but your focus on yourself and the things that you manifest actually impacts others along the journey.
Yes, definitely. I think that like so I'm a big sister. I have two younger siblings that I have like lived with and have taken care of, like that have lived in my roof, and I've taken care of them. And I have had to not only work for myself, but to work to be able to provide an environment that was like productive for them, because they were both teenagers when they moved into my house, and I was young. I was like 22, 23 years old with these kids, one at a time, not both at the same time. But um and I had to like know that I wanted to create this life for myself, that where I had to make sure that my goals were taken care of, but at the same time I had to make sure that like I was able to provide an environment where my siblings felt safe and my siblings felt comfortable to like do what they wanted, or to like, you know, learn how to manifest for themselves and create their life, so that way I could like show them how to be, that like you could create it, like no matter what, like you can just like you can create it. If you want it, you can get it, and so do it.
That's my thing. I really like to just do it. I'm such big on that, and just being limitless. And I love the fact that you said by you manifesting things, by you having goals, by you setting these standards for yourself, you become a role model for those around you. As it was your siblings, but as I told you before, like the way that you have presented yourself, the way that you carry yourself, it's inspired more than just your siblings, because you truly live by motivation. And we kind of talked a little bit earlier about, like, I was like, how do you define yourself? Who is I am? And you was like, hustler. I'm gonna get it done. This is the type of person I am. Like, you was ready. You was like, I'm the person you call if you want to get stuff done. And to have that mentality, it's a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of responsibility because you're taking on the responsibility of making sure everything is closed, everything gets done, everything is in order. So So
Yeah.
how as a law student, how as a, how being there for your siblings, being in so many places, being a health coach, how do you take care of yourself?
Um, I work out, I dance. I honestly, like, the whole reason that I even became a health coach had nothing to do with wanting to teach other people. It was that I had gotten out of school and I had been working out a lot but wasn't really seeing the results that I was expecting, and realized that it had a lot to do um with like more than just one or two things in my life. And so I like went and got a certification to be able to teach, like, just so that way I could have this knowledge within myself. And so it um like, I think that that was key, was to really figuring out what in myself needed to be taken care of. Like, I needed to make sure that I was getting the proper nutrients, and that's something that I'm still really big into, and making sure that I'm getting the getting exercise every single day. That's why I became a Zumba instructor, because it would force me to like work out consistently, because I have to work out if I'm teaching other people. Like, they're depending on me. So I don't know, like, I'm a very extrinsically motivated individual. So even though it's like things that I want to do, it's like if I have somebody to do them for, or to like motivate me to stay motivated to keep it doing, like, I'll do that. So like working out and just eating healthy, I think, are the like number like those are the two main things that to like where it needs to start at, to be able to just like be able to get it all done, because I can't like read for 10 hours. I mean, like, these are my books right now that I just like, my law semester starts on Monday, and um
Come
like I have,
on, what?
yeah.
Show us your books again. Show us the books. Just show
So
us the books.
this is these are only two of them. This is my toys book and my contracts book. And I can't read these all day long and write cases and like get like work out if I'm not eating properly, or if I'm not making sure that I'm getting like an hour of cardio in, so that way my mind is working. Like, really, in order to like get everything done, like, you have to be willing to do everything.
I took a pause right there. I had to breathe in. I had to breathe in because I think you are like really tying wellness and mental health, like your body and your mind go together.
Yeah.
It truly does. So you're talking about like focusing on what you eat, focusing on exercising, um, and how for you to stay accountable, you had to find ways to incorporate that. So
Yeah.
teaching other people, helping to educate other people on their what they're eating, how they maintain their cardio, helped you to actually stay focused on your own goals.
Yeah, definitely it did. And like, again, being willing to do that. Like, you have to, even on those days that you don't want to, or that you don't think that you can, like, you have to just fake it until you do. Like, that's how your mind works. Like, I have an undergrad in behavioral science, and I took a lot of psychology classes. And so I remember learning in my abnormal psych class how so much of it is your mind. Like, so much of it is you telling yourself that you're going to get that. Yeah, you might have like an obsessive negative thought and it might be there, but as long as you tell yourself, like, I'm not going to entertain this right now, or I'm not going to tell myself that I can't do this, I'm not going to entertain this, I'm going to do this, that, I mean, that's how you get it done. You just constantly tell yourself that you're gonna, and that you're willing to.
It makes me think of mind over matter. Like it really goes into that, and then also discipline. Like getting to a place like yes, you set these goals, but you have to be disciplined on what you're trying to reach. I was listening to something earlier, and it was totally different topic, but it talked about like with having goals, you have to have something to aim towards.
Yeah.
So you have to set the standard for yourself. You have to set the expectation for yourself to stay disciplined. And it really goes to that mind over matter because you have to be the one to motivate yourself and connect yourself to things. But it sounds like you became really aware of self. Was that difficult, or could you say that was always something you
Um,
had?
so I'm super into astrology, and I don't know for any of you out there if you like, I'm a Pisces. So I think that like awareness, like hyper awareness of self, has always been something that I've had like ever since I was little. So maybe um but like I think my environment stimulated that a lot. Like I had to be aware. Like when I was younger, I had to be aware and see further into the future and know that like if I wanted to be where I wanted to be, I had to be disciplined and I had to like stay focused with my education. Like I had to stay focused to get because I was able to see that place farther away. Like you have to be able to stop yourself from wanting that immediate gratification and comprehending and being able to to say I want something that's delayed. I want something that's farther away, and for that I'm going to do what I need to do in this moment, even if I'm not having fun, even if I'm not the most excited, even if I'm tired. Like I'm gonna do it because what I want is over here. And I know that it's gonna take me time to get there, but I'm gonna do it.
So you just gonna drop these gems on us like this? You just gonna drop gems? Okay, so,
Uh,
so I'm gonna just repeat that, y'all. I'm gonna sum it up because it was dope. So you gotta really discipline yourself for not wanting that immediate gratification because what you are reaching for or aiming for may be delayed, but it doesn't mean that you have to stop.
yeah,
It sounds like patience and whoo,
so much patience. That's
so
what
much patience,
so
man.
do you so one of the things like with manifesting, I always write affirmations. And one of the things I do, like I work at a restaurant and so we get those like styrofoam cups and stuff. Every day on my tea, I write things like I am patient, I am nice, I am feminine, whatever it is that I might be throughout the day. And I think that really helps to remind me that I like I mean, I think what it comes down to is like being who you say that you are. And like if I say that I'm this person or if I want to be this person, like I need to embody that. So like I'm going to write it on my water and I'm going to remind myself and I'm going to repeat it because even in those moments when like you start to doubt yourself, that's when that comes back up. You're like, "Wait a minute, no, I am healthy. Like I am focused. I am, energized." Whatever it is you need to tell yourself to get, even if you're only getting yourself like 20 more minutes, like it's 20 more minutes.
She keep dropping these gems, y'all, and I'm trying to collect them all for y'all. So if y'all are not taking notes, can y'all just please pull out a piece of paper or something because she keep dropping them, and I'm trying to go back, but I don't know if I'm gonna catch them all.
I'm so
No, they are amazing. So here we go, y'all. She was just talking about affirmation. So we talked about just a minute ago how our mind and our body are intertwined. So what we are eating, how we're exercising, what we are doing really plays a part in just our confidence within ourselves, our focus within ourselves, our ability to have that energy. But on top of that, really being disciplined in your mind in regards to affirmations, talking yourself through things that you may not want to do or that has a long journey to get to what you're trying to manifest. So drop those affirmations for me, sis, one time that you got at the restaurant. What you saying to yourself?
I am happy, I am healthy, I am focused, I am kind. That's a good one because I work in the serving industry. So like I am nice, I am patient. Whatever it is that you want to be, like just tell yourself that you are until you are. Like what you got to do. Look, I got this, right?
I was ready. I must have knew she was about to be doing this. I wore my affirmation on my shirt for y'all. I
Exactly.
got this. Okay. So I'm bringing it back full circle because I gotta keep pulling the gems from way back. They keep circulating. But one of the things you talked about was you have to embody who you are striving to be. So if you're telling yourself that I am strong, I am healthy, I am all these things, you said something earlier, which was you have to live up to that. And that's not for anybody else. That's for you. So if you're going to say these affirmations, you have to believe them. And it kind of makes me think about the saying, which was you have to believe it before you see it.
Yes.
You have to believe it before you see it. All right, we're gonna leave this topic alone because we could be here all day. We could be here all day. So I wanna. Did y'all notice that she also threw in there that she worked at a restaurant? That just goes back to the hustler grinder. I just told you she was a law student. I just told her she was also a dance instructor. She also was a health coach, and now she just threw us and told us she was also working in a restaurant. Okay, we got it. We got it, sis. You just jack of all trades. We love it. We love it. So, but I want to now move on, and we're gonna go into that health coach because I want to, that's kind of, we talked about this being the breakthrough. This is entitled the breakthrough, and I kind of want to dive into the area in which how do you support your clients? So as this health coach, as this instructor, you know, I'm I'm not sure, but some clients might come to you that are carrying a lot of weight. And I'm not talking about physically, I'm just talking about mentally. I'm talking about just life. And they're coming and trying to figure out how do they maintain, how do they stay focused, how do they actually get to the place of change. And I know we talked about so much, but can you tell us how you encourage your clients with that?
I mean, I like to remind anyone that comes to me that the fact that you're acknowledging that you're having like this cognitive dissonance between like what you want and who you are, or what, those you're because clearly, like, if you're coming and seeking help, like, you feel that you somehow have lost something within yourself, but the truth is, like, you haven't. Like, no, what the type of coaching that I do is, like, I'm not telling you what to do. Like, I'm helping you figure out what is best for you. I'm helping you to like trust your intuition, and to trust that, because, like, I don't know your body. I've never felt it. I've never walked in it or anything like that. Like, you know your body. You know when things are off. You know when you wake up in the day and you're like, oh wow, like, I ate too much or something. Like, you know what you feel like. And so when people come to me, I just try to remind them, like, okay, well, that's cool that you're here. Like, you decided that you think that there's an imbalance, or you think that you want to get back to knowing something. So let's start with that. Like, let's start with being proud of yourself for acknowledging that, and then move from there. And then I think that kind of gives people a confidence to really believe that whatever it is that they feel is imbalanced, but that they have the ability to change it, and that they have the ability to like, work with it and heal with it, I guess.
No, I truly agree that that acknowledgement is important. It kind of goes back to like giving that awareness to yourself.
Yeah.
And when you pay attention to your body, when you pay attention to your mind, when you pay attention to your energy, um, it really directs you.
Yeah,
It
it
really
does.
directs you.
It does. And in order to get things done, you have to be aware of those things. You have to be aware of, like, maybe not necessarily your calorie count, but you need to be aware of the fact that if you're, like, studying a lot, for example, and you're not eating a lot of fat and you're not eating a lot of protein, like, how do you expect your brain to work? How do you expect yourself to not feel tired and not feel exhausted when you're just eating bread and caffeine? Which, it might sustain you because of the sugar and whatever is going through, but it's not really fueling you. It's not helping you to like be the best operative function that your body could be. And so you need to, like, evaluate that and see what it is that you need throughout the week. Like, do I have a hard week? Am I going to work out this week? Do I have a big, huge test? Like, what do I need to do to set myself up for this, in by being aware of what it is in my body? Like, if I have my nutrients, if I've had my water, if I've had my exercise, do I have, like, have I properly cleansed myself? Whatever it might be.
How did y'all catch it again? Did y'all catch it? Cause I ain't got the pen though. I need to borrow a pen, somebody. So I'm gonna bring it back for y'all. She said, because if y'all ain't catch it, I caught it. She said you can do certain things that's gonna help you to sustain for a moment, temporary, but is it really fueling you to get to where you're trying to go long term? How many of us do certain things that are just sustaining us for the moment? Like, we're doing quick fixes, we're doing certain things, but we're not really learning what our body needs. We're not really learning what our mind needs, what environments we need to be placed in, what environments supports us, and we're just sustaining temporarily, and that's not healthy because we move on to something quicker. Next thing, what
Yeah.
else? But it's not that long term, and what we're trying to manifest and what you're trying to heal from. I hope y'all wrote that down because I'm gonna need to play this back just to hear it for myself. I'm gonna have to play it back. All right, so we've really covered so much in just a short time frame, and I really think I have like just a couple more questions before I let you go. And it really goes back because I really want to stay on this title of the breakthrough. And this is where I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna come into your house. I know I'm over here in this area, but I'm about to knock on the door and come into your house one good time. So can you kind of tell us about your breakthrough? Like, when did you get to the place where you knew you had to work on some things mentally, physically to better you as a woman? What was your
Hmm.
breakthrough? Whew, I'm in your house, girl. Did you make room for me on the couch?
I did, girl. Come sit. Um, let's see. I think back right before I moved back to Dearborn was like that real moment of like, wow, I need to be doing something that's not this. And so I was like working at the airport. I had worked in Saginaw and I had been living in Saginaw, going to Saginaw Valley State. I had been in my some like I had had a really good semester, and then I started the next semester off and I had gotten mono throughout the semester, and I tried to like work with it and I just couldn't, and I was still working, and I ended up like stopping my classes and I just like wasn't into school. And if anybody knows me, like I am the school girl. Like I've always got a book, like I'm always like that type. And so to not really like be into school and to just like this had been like my third time that I had gotten mono. So I was like, what is going on like with me? Why am I continually getting sick? Why am I not into this anymore? And I just like woke up one day and was like, I don't want to live in Saginaw anymore. I don't want to be here. I feel like everything that I need for my life like is down in Dearborn and I need to go down there. So I requested a transfer from MBS to DTW to work for the at the airport, and I got there and hated it. It was horrible. Like I was not, it was the worst job I think I ever had type of thing. And I decided that I was just going to like go back to school, and I quit there and started working as a bartender and enrolled at U of M Dearborn and completely changed my major. Like went to school for 1 week, realized that I hated everything, like hated my classes. And I dropped out for that semester again, like second semester that I had dropped out, and was like, I need to reevaluate everything in my life because I'm on a track of like graduating with a good degree that I don't like. I hate my job. Like I had just started working at a bar. I was like not really into it. Um, and I just knew that I needed to do something that was gonna like actually make me happy and actually make me excited. So at U of M had this like thing called What If on their degree audit, and I sat for hours and plugged in like every single class that I could think of that I would do, and that's how I decided that I wanted to be a behavioral science major. And it just so happened to work out that when I transferred, my Arabic classes and my Spanish classes aligned, so I could be in like the same class level, so I could get a double minor in those. And I realized that like that stuff was hard too, and I couldn't be unhealthy. Like I couldn't, I had to work out. I had to do the things I needed. Like I had a lot on my plate that I wanted to achieve. And like how everyone says, like, yeah, you can do everything, but not right now. Like, no, I knew that I needed to do everything right then and there. Like that I had no choice. It was either now and do everything, or like I'm not gonna have the life that I want. And that was that. And I mean, and ever since then, like I got that degree, and I'm continually using that degree and continually using that knowledge to like just build my levels of what I actually want to see. And like I don't really know exactly what I'm gonna see, years down the road, but like I know what's gonna be there. I know what facets I'm gonna hold on to and like continue to build on. So that was the for sure, like that year, the year I turned 22.
Wow. Okay. It's just really,
No one's ever asked me that before.
and this is just being honest with you. Even at the age of 22, to make a decision like that takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to say, I don't want to do this anymore, and to have a moment of honesty with yourself and to let go of some things that were stable for you.
Yeah,
So
for sure. That was a super stable job. Like everyone thought I was crazy that I left that job because that's like a career job. And I'm like, I'm 22. This ain't my career.
mhm.
Like,
So, and leaving that, it sounds like you left in a season where you were stable, but you weren't happy.
yeah, no. And I mean, questionably was even stable.
Mhm.
Like, you know, you being young, but for sure. And I like that was for sure the moment though that I realized like this is what I need to do and this is why this is what I'm gonna do. And I did it. And it took me a long time to get that degree, but because I changed my major. I was like a junior when I changed everything. I went from being an international business major to a behavioral science major, like switched colleges, switched schools, like, and was just like, nope, this is what I have to do, guys. I'm gonna be in school for 4 more years.
But through that journey of changing things and having to go to even going to the new job, not liking it, having to switch jobs, dropping out of school, dropping out of semester, then 2 semesters, being sick, like that was a journey that sometimes it can be so overwhelming. People can't seem to like move forward because it's hard. You can't see what's ahead.
Agreed. And I think that I maybe am like harsher than like maybe some would be though. And I have a very like, yeah, it is hard, but so is everything. So like you can choose to like experience this hard or experience this hard. So like which one do you want to do? Like which one will, because like to lament and to wallow within like that hardness is a choice. And that comes back to that whole like you have like your mind over matter thing. Like don't get me wrong, I have had plenty of workouts and plenty of reading sessions that were like tears streaming down my face. I was thinking about it today that I had like one class that I sat through and like cried through the entire class, like just in the corner, like with tears streaming down. But I had to be in class and I had to do what I needed to do and I needed to take my notes and I had to work through my emotion in the moment. And like, that's just what you have to do. If you want if you want to move forward, that's what you have to do. If you want to heal through and go through, that doesn't mean that you can't experience those emotions or that you can't experience those emotions while you're doing the thing that's supposed to make you happy. But you, at the end of the day, like you do have a choice. And like, what are you going to choose? Which hard? Which hard are you going to choose? Because it's all hard. It's all going to be hard and it's all going to make you cry and it's all going to make you wish that you chose a different life. But like, if it's all like that, choose one.
Okay. Oh, did y'all catch that? Because I'm just trying to make sure y'all did, but I'm gonna bring it back to y'all because choose your heart. That like at the end of the day, right? And that's something that I kept hearing you say was choose your level of heart and to know that you have a choice. But either choice you make, any direction that you make, is going to be difficult.
Yeah.
There's no easy way to get to that goal. and to manifest and to heal and to go through all these things, you're going to have to choose your heart and what level. And I am right there. It's been days where I really, like you said, frustrated in a space where I just was just emotionally and overwhelmed, but I didn't stop.
Yeah,
I
and it
didn't stop.
exactly. And it might not even be like appropriate for you to be in that setting so emotional, but you know what? I'm here.
Hmm.
And like I have a goal to do. And like if I'm not like causing a scene, like who cares if I'm like crying while I'm taking my notes? Like who cares at the end of the day? Like, yeah, someone might remember it in 5 years, but like so it got you through what you needed to get through.
We about to just leave it here, y'all, because I don't know if we can take any more tonight. I don't know if we can take any more tonight because she just dropped so many gems, and I want to go from the all the way from the beginning and bring it back forward and end off. So we talked about focus. We talked about mind over matter. We talked about having goals and setting them for yourself, being aware of your not only your mental but also your body, and how those intertwine with each other. We talked about being okay with your emotions. Like we didn't really dive into that, but actually being okay with where you are emotionally, but now allowing yourself to dwell there and
Yeah.
actually stay there. And this last question I think really ties it all in is what do you encouragement would you give our audience right now? Like what encouragement with all the changes that are happening? Um, we have the pandemic still like 2.5 years later, we still here, y'all. We still here. COVID-19 is all these different variants, all these different things are happening. But people are still just going through life. Like it's just still different changes, different transitions. What encouragement do you have for our audience with just life?
I think the only thing that I can say is like if you want it, go get it. Like tell yourself that you can until you are there because that's really what it comes down to is telling yourself that not only do you want it, but that you are more than capable of getting it.
I'm totally right there with you, and I received that. I received that for myself, and I hope y'all receive that too. How can people get in contact with you? Like, what are some different ways? And hit me up on a Zumba lesson because your sis needs to be. I don't know
Yeah.
any Zumba dances, but put me in there. Put me in there.
So I'm currently I've done one Zumba class. I'm currently working on getting some. Now that my school semester is starting, it should be easier because I won't be waitressing as much. And I have a Zumba with Allyssa class with 2 L's. My name is Allyssa. That is on Instagram that you can follow. You can add me on Facebook, Allyssa Palazzolo, again with 2 L's. My last name is long. We'll just post it somewhere. And my Instagram, you guys, I mean, like that's always a good one to follow me too. I try to post a lot of stuff about nutrition and like mind over matter, and I link my Zumba classes with that, and all my Zumba, I do most of my promotion through Instagram, and most of my posting about health and whatnot through there also, and that's my name with a whole bunch of letters in it. So again, we can probably just post that with it because there's like no nice cute name. It's like Allyss. you know
It's the whole name.
yeah, it's like a bunch of letters like all around. So
But
but
we'll make sure we post it. We'll have it not only in the credits but also in the description. It might even be scrolling by this little screen. You'll see. But like if you need to get in contact with Allyssa, please do. Not only as a health and wellness coach, but just as an individual. When I say she is an amazing woman, we just had like 30 minutes of phenomenal information. If you just need somebody to talk to, pick your brain, this is the woman. Um, this is the
I
woman
love
right
you.
here, and I'm so thankful that I get the opportunity not only to call you friend, but soror. And we just gonna leave it at that. I love you.
I love you, Soror.
All right, talk to you soon.
I'll talk to you.
Bye.
Bye.